Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, joined as always by Killer Salvador Sanchez. What's going on, Killer?
Hey, I'm excited for this episode, Mike. We got Destroyer, we got Loaf, we got Dennison. It's going to be an action-packed episode this time.
We do have a lot going on, but we're continuing our quest in our efforts to find the top light heavyweight in the state of Utah. We're going for the belts here, but tonight, unfortunately, you're not going to see any of those fights because we're going to give these guys a chance to heal up just a little bit till it's time for the finale. Hank Weiss and John Kafer, a guy that beat up one of your guys last week.
Man, he got my boy no love, Mike. I'm telling you right now, I got guys calling me every day I owe him money. Lima, I lost it on that one, man.
All right, well, John Kafer has made it into the finals, and we're going to take a look at his life, going to see exactly who this guy is, and then next week he's going to really put it all to the test against Hank Weiss. But your main event tonight features Suga Loaf and a guy they call Jarome Hatch. These guys have fought twice. Each one has one apiece, and now it's time for the rubber match.
Sugar Loaf, Jarome Hatch. It's the rubber match.
And you know it's going to be a slugfest. We got a great show in store for you. Stick around. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you. In your first bout of the evening, we're going to take a look at a couple guys that are rather new to the show. Aaron Ring, good-looking kid, very tough, got the tattoos everywhere, going up against a guy that you like a little bit, Troy Dennison.
Troy Dennison, Mike, let me tell you something about this kid. He's got the eye of the tiger. And, a lot of these fighters come in, they don't have that. They lack something here or there. Troy Dennison's got the eye, he's got the kill, he's got the motivation. Let's see where it takes him.
And you got me excited about this one. Lightweight no holds barred. Check it out. I am excited to see this one because last time we saw Aaron Ring, he showed that he is a tough guy. Troy Dennison as well looked very good in his first appearance, but I don't think it was against the same level of competition. Now, Aaron Ring, he's a kid, goes by the nickname of the SLC Strangler. I think he could go some ways in this sport style.
Yeah, this is most definitely going to answer that question or that statement too, Mike, is this match right here, because the terror, Troy Dennison, is...
Why are you so big on him? I mean, I noticed you really kind of had an affinity for this kid the first time you met him. I mean, what are you seeing in him?
Well, just look at him, prance around the ring. He looks like he's a lion out there stalking his prey, Mikey. I mean, he's in here to fight.
All right, you've been around this game a little while, and I know exactly how you're feeling. Every now and then I get that fight, like, oh man, this guy's something special, and it'll be interesting to see if Troy Dennison, those are some big words to hold up, to live up to, and see if he can do that.
Yeah, we'll see if he's a terror in the ring as well as his eyes are out the ring. And already he's starting with some bombs, Mike.
Yeah,
lefts, rights, uppercuts.
It looked right there that Aaron Ring threw a kick, just missed, and got punched in the back of the head.
Oh, there, man. You better turn around, buddy, because I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
And knees. He's got some knees in his arsenal, Mike.
This fight is not going to go very long. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah, someone's going to fall asleep.
I've seen some leather being landed already.
Someone's falling asleep, Mike.
Now, oh, man, that was a knee to the groin, wasn't it?
It was right.
You know
right,
what?
pretty
I've seen
close.
a lot of guys that would have made a big deal over that, and Aaron Ring's like, eh.
And I got respect for fighters who don't make a big deal
I do
out
too,
of it.
because I think a lot of times that's overblown.
Oh, yeah. And you think, someone did that just going to make you angry.
The thing is, too, Aaron Ring's taking a few big shots early on here, and it would probably behoove him to have a couple seconds to, try to regroup. But he's not going to do it, man. He's in here for the fight.
And someone's already bleeding, Mike.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's Aaron Ring. He got caught with a couple of shots, and when the blood's all over someone's body, it's usually the other guy's face doing it.
You look at Dennison right here. I'm not sure his background or as far as how much training he's had, but he looks pretty composed in here. He's putting it together. He's got hooks,
throws with
knees.
bad intentions. You notice that? I mean, every punch he throws, man, it's a knockout potential blow.
It is a bomb, yes, and he's letting Aaron ring up. He said, hey, I want to give you some more. Go ahead and stand up, buddy. Oh, and then a kick. I didn't see that one coming, Mike.
I don't think it landed as flush as you'd like, but that thing was up there, and boy, oh boy, man, Aaron Ring's got a heck of a chin on him.
Oh, yeah, I could say a lot about Dennison, but I cannot set aside the fact that Aaron Ring has taken about 50 blows. And
some solid shots, man. Every one of them have been like, again, we've seen guys tap or quit or fall down for half of the stuff that he's taken already.
Oh, yeah, he's taking them, and he's still coming forward, Mike. He's not running, you know what I mean? He's not retreating. He's still pressing the action right here.
Troy Dennison moving his head, dodging punches, and I've seen a lot of good things out of him.
Oh, yeah. Here comes Ring again, like I said, pressing the action, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, maybe
when you
at
got
some
Troy
point.
Dennison.
Let's reevaluate our game plan here. You've taken a lot of shots, and there are a lot of people here cheering for Troy Dennison too. This crowd's loving what they're seeing, and those in the front row are getting a little bit of a splash zone going on.
You know what, I noticed that Dennison did bring out a big crowd tonight.
Yeah, he sure did.
So maybe he's.
This reminds me of a little bit, Sal, your very first fight when you were just punching that dude relentlessly, but he kept on coming.
Yeah. Oh man, he pissed me off.
It's got to frustrate you when you're putting everything out there, and this guy just keeps on walking forward.
Oh yeah, you got it gets in your head. You're like, I'm tired of hitting this guy.
Yeah. Well, right now I know that Troy Dennison is relating to that, but some of these punches are now just starting to slide off because of all the blood.
Yeah, all the blood. Hey, thank goodness for all those tests they got to take.
Oh
Mikey?
My goodness gracious! Look at that. The Cage Crew is going to earn their money tonight.
Round one coming to a close. Oh,
that's a nice right
by Selyusted.
I got to say, tonight I've seen some good things out of Selyusted, and that was one of them. He stepped in just because Dennison was right about to throw another blow.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't going to stop.
Man, this is an interesting little matchup, and well, hey, round one in the books. That's Dusty Ashley, owner of Club Vegas here, and he's loving what he's seeing. Round two when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. Man, oh man, if you missed round number one, you missed a bloodfest.
Round number two, Mike, and I'm loving every minute of the fight so far.
You can just look at Aaron Ring's body and you can kind of tell how round number one went for him. He's all red, and a lot of it's blood, and he just took some big shot after shot after shot by Troy Dennison.
Yeah, it looks like he sprung another leak there, Mike.
I think he's got a few leaks going on right now. And, again, we mentioned in the first round, this kid has got a lot of heart, man. He has taken some shots, and he keeps pressing the action. It's not like he's doing a lot of running. He's the one coming forward a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah. And a guy like this, when he's in trouble, I mean, that's when he's twice as dangerous because all these blows that Dennison is throwing, it just takes one mistake on his behalf where Aaron Ring could capitalize on something like that.
And you can look at Aaron Ring's skin right there. He's no stranger to pain. That stuff hurts, man. I tell you what, your shin is right next to the surface, and tattooing your shin hurts like heck.
A little bit of slower action here as they're on the ground.
Yeah, if we're analyzing their tattoos, it's action is slow, man. Beautiful hairdo on Dave Selyusted there.
Looks like Dennison, I don't know, is he maybe taking a rest?
He's gone nonstop for a round and a half, and I don't blame him. Right here's probably a good opportunity to take a little bit of a breather and get your win back, because obviously you're going to need it with this kid. He's not going away by a couple of shots. Here you go.
Some more shots.
Troy Dennison, bringing it back up, turning it back up a notch, and boy, man, again, there is Aaron Ring taking some punishment.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, Mike. In this fight, there's more blood on gloves and broken bones, and the action is just nonstop. Dennison going for the ribs. Dennison's just really picking his punches here.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, and again, the crowd here loving. Oh, you can't knee to the head when you're on the ground. And Dave Selyusted very gently and politely telling Troy Dennison that.
Please don't knee to the head, please.
That would be an infraction of the rules. All right,
back up on the feet.
Back on their feet, and again,
Dennison wastes no time.
Here comes Aaron Ring in with a punch, only to be countered by 18 punches to the face. Look at this kid. This right there again, though. I have to say that right there is really exemplifies what this show is all about. This kid has got a lot of heart.
Oh man, I'm getting exhausted just watching this, Mike. How both these guys still on their feet?
man, this is a tough fight to call because, you know, you don't like to see anybody get beat up, but at the same time, Aaron Ring's holding his own. You know, he's in the fight and he's battling, and at any time he knows he can stop this fight if he wants to, but he's just got he's got too much heart.
Oh, yeah, and he's landing his own punches as well.
He's getting some shots in here and there. I mean, look at Troy Dennison. He's got a couple of nicks on his face. I mean, it's not as though he's going to come out of this fight completely unscathed, but certainly looking better than his opponent is right now.
Man, last time I seen this movie, it was starring Sylvester Stallone, Mikey.
Yeah, he's not getting hurt. He's getting mad. All right, well, let's see if he can pull it together because round 3, apparently we're going to see a round number 3. Rounds 1 and 2 are in the books, and boy, my man is really going to have to turn things around if he wants to try to win this thing.
Oh, yeah, and Cage Crew better get up there and bring a mop, Mikey.
Wow, yeah, better bring a couple of them. Man, it looks like they did get it cleaned up, and, you know, I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully there's been a little change in the. Well, man, you know, something like that could change everything. If a kick like that lands, you know, and you just never know. If Troy Dennison had been stepping in when that kick was thrown, maybe some, you know, something might have happened here. But Troy Dennison very alert. He's got good head movement, and he doesn't really take a whole lot of shots.
Nah, not many shots at all, Mike. And he's got Ring up against the cage again. Ring looking maybe to take him down.
There you go. Maybe a guillotine here. Well, he lost the head.
Yeah, too much blood.
Yeah, you kind of catch yourself cheering for a guy that's taking a beating like that to maybe, you know, pull something like that out. That miracle ending, but, you know, those are so very rare. But the beauty of MMA, you just never know.
Yeah, you don't never know. And it's great for the suspense, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm always rooting for the underdog.
I'll never forget the fight where Hank Weiss pulled that off against Casey Uscola, man. He was taking a beating and then just some miracle submission, and that can happen in MMA. Look at that Troy Dennison, beautiful work there, getting to mount position. I don't know what Dave Seistad's yelling at him for.
Little ground and pound. So much for the Cage Crew cleaning up that might, huh, Mike?
Apparently he says he grabbed onto the cage. I didn't see that, but Dave was right there on top of things and done a great job of officiating tonight. And you might think I'm buttering Dave up a little bit. I'm the guy that's always ribbing him when he does screw up, so I'm not that guy.
You are a little rough on David.
See, there you go, spinning back fist, and it might just be a little too late for that. Maybe he just didn't have enough sauce on it because, you know, I think if he'd have landed that punch in the first round, he might have been able to do some damage. But I just don't think he has enough left in the tank.
Nah, he doesn't. And Dennison came out in this third round like he got his win back.
You know, it's amazing to me, guys like Dennison, too. I want to kind of point this out that, you know, he clearly knows he's way up on the judges' scorecard. He clearly could have coasted through this round, and he didn't. He wanted to come in and, you know, make another resounding statement here in round number 3, and I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, and he's laying it all on the line, Mike. Both these fighters are right now.
This is the ultimate combat experience in its truest form. And, boy, look at those folks in the front row. They're loving it, man.
Oh, yeah. You better cover up your drinks.
They have. They all got napkins on their drinks right there.
Don't wear white if you're going to be sitting front row in the UCE, Mike.
That is a very good point. You know, the athletic commissioners used to wear white shirts. They changed to black because of fights like this. They should go to red. They should go to red.
Yeah, you don't know. We'll know.
You're managing fights. All right, a little slow in the action, but it's not by any lack of effort by either one of these guys. I think it's just, man, you know, let's wind this thing down. This fight's kind of academic at this point.
And the action's really not that slow. It just seems that slow because it's been going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting them a couple points there on his back. Maybe Dennison might be a little tired right about now, Mike, because he's really not.
You know, I think honestly, at some point you got to kind of get tired of hitting someone. You know what I mean? He's not so much tired as it is, you know, look, I just don't want to beat this guy up anymore.
Final round coming to a close, Mikey. Who do you got on this round?
Boy, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. I'll tell you what, right now, both these guys deserve a medal. I would certainly, I'd go to war with either one of these guys.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Look at Ring.
Good stuff. Aaron Ring, man, you know, he took a beat, but he's going home with his pride tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's when you know you're alive, Mike, is when you got blood spewing out of your eyeballs.
If any of you see this guy out at a bar, if you see him anywhere, buy him a beer, man. He deserves it after that. This kid put it out there for you. It's obviously a unanimous decision for your winner there. The Terror, Troy Dennison, man. Wow. What do you say about a fight like that?
Mike, I was a big fan before. I'm an even bigger fan now.
All right, I'm a big fan of that other guy, man. Aaron Ring, man, I'm on his bandwagon, too.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
All right, my man. That was easily one of the most in my opinion, one of the most courageous performances I've seen. You started getting hit early, and you kept getting hit, and you just stayed in there. What the hell was keeping you going?
My inferiority complex.
I can relate to that. You're a tough dude, man. Where does that come from?
I'm from Ireland, maybe.
We've seen guys tap out from far less than that, and you just kept doing your thing, and I got nothing but mad respect for you, my man.
Thanks, Mike.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Aztec Highway. Get it your way at the highway. WDFA.
You got my man over there looking like Freddy Krueger. Are you concerned at all about your hands? I mean, maybe you got fractures in there because you gave this guy a clubbing.
No, I'm good.
What are your plans from here?
Take it easy, come back in a month, do my thing. I want to thank everybody coming out and support me, all my fans. I want to thank my cornerman, Kevin, my cornerman, Dave. Most of all, I'd like to thank my manager, Patrick. And, of course, thank myself. Thank the TV, thank my stand-up, everybody for putting the show on.
Man, apparently that Eye of the Tiger thing paid off.
Dennison took the fury into the cage, Mike, and it really did pay off on this time.
All right, when we come back, Aaron Sawyer and Eric Wall are going to mix it up in a kickboxing match, but don't forget to stick around for your main event, the Sugar Loaf and Jarome match. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around.
Give us a call at 967-5295 or check us out online at ultimatecombat.com.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. As promised, we're going to take a little peek into who is the mercenary. John Kafer, a guy that you're getting to know a little better than you wanted to.
I tell you what, I'll tell you who he is. He's the veteran slayer. This is who he's beginning to be, Mike. He's running through these veterans like it ain't nothing. I'm excited to see where he's going to go.
He beat a couple guys you actually, I think, went to school with, Mafu and Lima Pule. Well, he's got a very, very tough test in Hank Weiss. Let's see who John, the mercenary Kafer, is.
Pretty much everyone's got a story about getting shot with a nail at Tough Shed. My biggest story was the gun was just sitting on the roof. I wasn't paying attention, it slid and it shot a coil nail. My damn shoe was nailed to my foot. So I had to hop off the roof with this nail, my shoe nailed to my foot. I had to pull it out with the hammer. My buddy wouldn't help me out, he was turning white, so I had to have him stand on my leg while I yanked it out. Not a proud moment. Customer sitting over my shoulder. I'm saying every swear word I can think of. 26 years old. Hell, I've never had a girlfriend. Last relationship, give or take about, 2 months? Army, it's a bitch. I've been wanting to do the Army pretty much my whole life. Little kid, run around always playing guns. Well, I finally took it to the next level. When I was 16, I signed up, took all the tests. 17. Signed up for the Army, ready to go, and 2 weeks after my 18th birthday, I was gone, going to basic. Then I did infantry, ended up doing the Army for about 3 years, came home for about 4 or 5 months. Then some stuff happened over there, so then I volunteered to go with the unit out of Ogden. Then I went with them. Yeah, my mom, she wasn't too thrilled, since she knows I'm kind of the one that kind of jumps in before he looks. And she found out that I was getting deployed. She knew I had infantry background. She wasn't too excited. She was always worried. I'm just too tall. Too tall to be infantry. Bad guys are going to see me sticking up over the hill over everybody else. My brother tried to console her by saying, don't worry, he'll learn to duck. Really didn't go over too well. Went to Iraq, did an 18-month deployment. I was in country for a year. Well, when I got out to Iraq, I ended up being with a transportation unit from Ogden, so I ended up being on the gun for one of the Humvees for the convoy security, since I had an infantry experience. And then that's what we did most of the time, is just transport fuel, transport resources all over around Ramadi, Fallujah, Baghdad. Just worked on the 50 caliber for a while. That was kind of cool. The walleyes over there, both my brothers were also deployed at the same time. Me, my oldest in Iraq, and then my other brother Dave in Afghanistan. Parents weren't too happy about that one, but they had all 3 of their children all deployed at the same time. And then we all came home about 6 months from each other, but everyone's home. Everyone made it back safe, so that's good.
And then as soon as I got back, I just started watching the UFC. And I'm just falling in love with it. It's the only sport I can actually watch, since it's so intense. There's not breaks, timeouts, and all that stuff. And after watching it for about 2 years and saying I'm going to start and just procrastinating or just being lazy and not actually fighting, finally said, what the hell, started training. Trained for about a month, and then New Year's Eve went snowboarding, and now I separated my shoulder. I cannot do a half a backflip. Really didn't turn out too good for me. So instead now I got a bone popping out my shoulder. So now that actually floats. I can stick my finger underneath it. It's part of the clavicle, and it's in the AC joint. It's completely gone. So I had to take a break from the UCT for a while, and then I just started back up. After I could take the sling off, I started working out again, started training. About a couple months later, started fighting.
John's probably the best athlete at 205 in the state. Probably the strongest guy at 205 in the state. Probably the tallest guy at 205 in the state.
My first fight, I mean, I won, but it was pretty sloppy. I'd say on both parts. I didn't know what I was doing. I went in there. I think I was more shaky than I was actually psyched up.
Got the underhooks, which is probably going to make it takedown a little easier.
Knee.
I don't think I can really fight until I actually get hit. Otherwise, I just stand there. Even training, I figure the best thing, just hit me right in the beginning, then I'll actually come out, put on a show.
Oh,
nice knee.
Another good knee. John's had enough of the stand-up game.
And a great throw by John.
It was pretty depressing to watch. It was pretty lazy. Nothing. I didn't do anything. Finally, I just took him down.
Oh, and here we have what's known as the Wally mount.
Don't get to see that position too much, and I doubt John knows what that is, but he's in it and he's pounding away.
Yeah, it's nasty to be underneath. Your spine is all twisted up, and it's so hard to defend yourself. Wow.
Traken Johnson makes it to round 2, barely. Oh, what's going on here? The fight, Dave's pointing to his shoulder, and it looked like his corner was looking at his shoulder. I guess Traken Johnson must have a shoulder injury here.
So I fought pretty sloppy. I won the fight. Guess I messed up his shoulder, so he couldn't continue on. But second fight was against Cole Horrocks. I was a lot more aggressive. Won all 3 rounds. One unanimous decision there, but at least I actually threw some punches that time.
Mafu and John Kafer are going to fight here pretty quickly, and it's going to be interesting to see, because Mafu is, he's one of my favorite guys in the sport, but he's fighting a guy that has superhuman strength. He's a super good athlete, and that's the difference between, I think, the guys that Mafu was fighting back in the day and the guys that he's fighting now, is that these guys, they're the top-notch athletes. No longer are they going to try to pursue a career in baseball or whatever else. They're starting to veer toward MMA, and John Kafer is one of those guys.
I've rolled around with Mafu a couple times in practice.
John, he's real strong. He trains at the same gym I do. We've actually rolled around together, and he's a solid wrestler.
Plan is to probably just go and rushing him, since I heard he's real good at stand-up, and I haven't even practiced stand-up before. I'm fighting Mafu. Actually, I train here with him all the time. I was helping him while trying to go over his ground game for one of his opponents, and now we'll see. Hopefully I didn't teach him anything.
Rip my head off, give me 100%, and that's how I get better, and I'll try to do the same thing.
I absolutely hate when guys from the same gym fight each other. I hate it, but it's a sport. This is a bracket tournament. It's important that that we respect the sport. You hear all the time about guys from different schools not being willing to fight each other. But you go into wrestling or any other individual sport, and people from the same organizations, the same clubs, always end up fighting each other. If you really respect the sport and you really respect that person that you train with that's in your school, then you're going to take it to him. You're going to go after him, and you're going to try and finish him off, which is exactly what you saw with John and with Mafu. And it's going to be what you see with John and with Lima. These guys are going to throw down. They're going to bang. I heard the results. I think it's a fantastic win for John. Definitely a setback for Mafu. I have some real issues with what some people have said online about Mafu quitting out of boredom and of them also criticizing John's technique. Both guys are consummate athletes, incredible competitors, and the morons who have made those accusations, and I do mean moron in the sincerest, most Wikipedia-ish, look it up online if you want, sense. Anybody that accuses either of those guys of doing anything else than giving 110% is an absolute idiot. I don't care what their mama told them about how special they were. They're morons.
Winner goes on tournament fight Poulet next week, so hopefully it works out.
Lima's a tough fighter, but I'm thinking Kafer will take that one.
You know, and again, the matchup here is great because their styles are so different. Touch of the gloves here. Lima Poulet, a brawler, a street fighter, and John Kafer, kind of a technician on the ground, but his stand-up's a little bit suspect. So this is going to be interesting.
Cause Kafer was slow, man. You know what I mean? He ain't no quick dude. He just wait. He just wait for his time. You know what I mean? It ain't about the quickness. It's about who connects. You know what I mean? So you could be quick and bam, 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 hit me. But as soon as I connect to your jaw, you out. Fight over. But what I see at Kafer, I was thinking Kafer's slow. He's slow.
Mike, and now he's where he wants to be. Like I said, Mike, I think he was just waiting out that first round to come out here and start all over from scratch.
He got caught with a knee there, though, Salvador. I think that hurt him a little bit.
Did it land in the? I didn't catch that knee, Mike. Maybe if it landed in the solar plexus area or something,
kind of in the face, right in the head, right there. You can kind of see a little bit of swelling on the left side of his face there. He got caught pretty good.
I think the main reason I won him is just because a lot better endurance. Since I know he hits a lot harder and he's got a lot more experience and he's not afraid to get in the ring. So I'm not taking anything away from Lima. He's strong and he hits hard.
He hit me with that knee and I just over. The whole fight I felt heavy. I was eating fried chicken.
Got him with a good knee. That dropped him pretty good. That buzzed him. Then after that, I just jumped on him. Then from the ground, I knew I had advantage. And then there, he just ran out of gas.
Could have been a great fight, but I made one false move and he got me. That boy woke me up, you know what I mean? That was my last fight and he took it to me.
I can't count Kafer out. The kid is too big, he's too healthy. You know what I mean? And anybody can be knocked out at any given time. Hank, he's a magician. Kafer, man, you better be careful. You better be real careful, man. I'll tell you what, I'm not counting Hank out anymore. If I had a prediction, let's just say I'm not betting against Hank.
Hank and Kafer coming up. I really think, you know what? I like both fighters, man, because both of them beat me, but I still want my rematch. But man, I'm thinking Kafer's gonna come out on top, man. You know what I mean? If he could stay poised and just, because that's what Hank does. He stays poised after the storm. He weathers the storm, and then he gets you when you run out of gas.
The fight between John Kafer and Hank Weiss, me, I'm usually always with the technical person. No matter how strong you are, usually technique, skill takes over. Thinking he'll probably tap out Kafer pretty quickly, and that's my prediction.
I got Hank next. I know his strengths are my strengths, but he's got more of them. My strengths wrestling, definitely just cardio, but I know he's a lot better wrestler, a lot better jiu-jitsu guy, so I don't know. I don't think he'll want to stand out with me. I'll try to stand up with him since I know his strength is on the ground. Maybe I've seen him fight a couple times. He fills them out. He likes to, first round usually is just him just taking a few leg kicks, a few swings, trying to see what they're good at. So I guess I'll fill him out, see if we can just go the first round, throw a couple, maybe keep it standing. I know that's probably going to be my biggest strength since I am I'm a little worried since I know he's a big deal. I know he's taking on a lot of big names, so I'm definitely not going to take this fight lightly. Nah. Hopefully I just come and I'm ready to go.
You got life insurance? I want to see it. You got 3 weeks to get it. Bring it. I'm not fighting you until I see life insurance.
Man, oh man, Sal, I am excited for that championship fight. I am excited for it.
I can't wait, Mike. Like I said, Kafer's been blown through the competition, but hey, Hank has always been the guy to put the brakes on stuff like that.
You have beaten some veterans, but there is nobody more veteran than the veteran Hank Weiss. All right, when we come back, we're going to see the third version of Jarome Hatch and Mike Chrisman, and I promise you, you will not want to miss this one.
Your way at the Highway WDFA.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. Jarome Hatch, Mike Chrisman. We really don't have to say a whole lot more to set this fight up.
Usually I'm running my mouth about Chrisman right about now, Mike, but I know Chrisman's got his hands full tonight, and I'm not going to joke around about anything because this is going to be a fight.
It is time for your main event, and these guys are both middleweights. In the past, they fought in the light heavyweight division, a couple of middleweights. Your main event, check it out.
You know, really, I mean, we don't have to say much to set this one up. If you've been around the Ultimate Combat for any length of time, both these guys will throw down with anybody. And both these guys, they just kind of tough their way through fights. They're not the most technically sound guys, but they've beaten guys that are more technically sound than they are.
And this is their third time around.
All right, 5'11", 179 is Jarome Hatch. Calls himself Chavez.
I got to come back. I can never leave. I like to fight. I like to hit people in the face, especially him. Chrisman. It's been a long time since we fought. It went 3 rounds, you know, the last time and the time before that. So, I don't know. I figure I'll just walk right through him this time, though. Money, I can give him 25 cents. Maybe that's about it. But other than that, the only thing I owe him is a good old ass whooping.
All right, well, Heavenly Soldier coming out here, busting out some rhymes to bring Mike Chrisman into the cage, but apparently Jarome Hatch is trying his hand. Look at that, man.
Is that the chicken walk?
He was trying to do the, yeah, whatever.
He's clowning on him, Mike. He's really getting in their head right now. And
you're going to bring a rapper out here, I'm going to steal, because obviously, you know, Chrisman ain't got any dance moves. 5'7", 185 is the Sugarhouse trainer over at the Ultimate Combat Training Center. Calls himself Ground and Pound.
Yeah, this is a third-time fight. It's our rubber match, so I'm gonna put the rubber on his face. I'm just drinking a lot of beer. You know, that's all you need for Jarome. That's all you need is beer drinking. My son could knock him out, and he's only 6, so it's all good. He is a tough guy, so expect a war tomorrow because it always goes 3 rounds, but I'm going to end it in 1 tomorrow. So
I think I'm going to beat him like some people beat something else.
How much money does he owe, Mike?
I don't know, but he's going to beat him like he beat something else. I don't know what that means.
Well, let's get this beating started.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and tender. All right, well, you know, speaking of beating, there's Dave So you said with a drop of the hand, and here we go, Mike Chrisman and Jarome Hatch.
They're going to start standing up, Mike. These guys like to slug it out with each other. There's always been a lot of exchanges in their previous fights, and I think we're going to be in for another one.
You know, these guys both could, you know, try takedowns. I doubt you're going to see a whole lot of that tonight because, as you said, both these guys like to hit and they like to get hit.
Yeah, and Hatch comes in at a lighter weight than he usually is, and he's looking a little slim. Let's see if maybe his endurance has excelled.
Sal, you're not lying. I'm actually seeing a couple abs there on Jarome Hatch, and I haven't seen those since I've known the kid, and he's been around quite some time. But this is what I'm talking about. Big leather from both these guys.
Yeah, Hatch is most definitely picked up his speed, Mike. He looks a little bit more agile too.
You know, he still throws those loopy punches though, and that gets him into trouble. Right there, Chrisman happy to give him some nice big knees, but
Chrisman's in trouble, Mike.
Chrisman wasn't in trouble. He sticks his chin out like that because he's dumb.
I love it, and I hate it when he does it all at the same time.
But you know he got hurt when he does it because it's right after that he took a shot for a takedown.
You know, there's very few fighters who could get away with stuff like that, Mike. And a lot of the times it means they're really in trouble.
Yeah, no, Chrisman, well, you know, I said a minute ago, these guys both like to hit and they both like to get hit. Chrisman loves to be hit. He loves to be socked in his face.
I've said it. If I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, Mike. Chris is a glutton for punishment.
If you've ever been partying with Mike or out, he likes to just punch his friends in the face, and he wants them to punch him back, and he's kind of a weird guy to hang out with. Now, I don't mind punching him in the face every now and then just to keep him happy.
Oh, man, I don't blame you for punching him in the face. He's going for the...
Maybe he's hoping somebody will punch the ugly off him eventually.
Well, here he is. He's got Hatch's back.
Yeah,
it's like he's got full mount.
He just wants to punch him.
He's raining down the blows, Mike.
Yes, he is. He had no interest in trying to submit old Jarome Hatch. He wants to punch him in his face. And right here, started out as a very even match. Chrisman is starting to dominate.
Chrisman definitely has this round so far, Mike. He's raining the blows on Hatch. He's taking his back. That's the second time he's took his back already this round.
Yeah, taking it back, but doing nothing with it. Two completely different things. But right here, he has, when he's gotten that mount position, he has really made Jarome pay.
Yeah, Jarome looks like he's in trouble, but he's so squirrely right now. I'm telling you, the weight loss has really helped his game out.
And, I don't know that he's just so squirrely, that he's just tough. I mean, Jerome's a tough guy. You're going to have to do a lot more than that to finish him off. And, he is kind of hanging on right now. But he knows, look, this is a 3-round fight. This ain't going to end right here.
Most definitely not with these two guys in here.
And right there is a difference maker. Oh, man, he got the reversal, but couldn't maintain position. And you've got to base out just a little bit. Jarome Hatch not doing that. Training down a throwdown, though. You can see he has technically gotten better than he used to be.
Much like Chrisman. I'm telling you, every match I see Chrisman's like his jiu-jitsu gets better, Mike. I can't stop saying that.
Yeah, well, with round 1 in the books here, Chrisman up 1 round to none, would you say?
1 round to nothing.
All right, man. Jarome Hatch is going to go back to the drawing board with his abs and everything and head back to the corner and see what kind of adjustments he can make. Mike Chrisman, I think if he sticks to the game plan he had right there, other than sticking his chin out, he should be fine.
I don't see no Chow Top in Hatch's corner this time, Mike.
Where's Chow Top? Where is Chow Top? Is he at the crowd?
Yeah, he's got a pitcher. He's drinking it like it's fine.
All right. Well, we got some interesting characters in the corner here. You got Cole Rose working Mike Chrisman's corner. I'm not sure who we had over there working Jarome Hatch's corner, but I'm sure they're very capable gentlemen. Round 2 when we come back. The Ultimate Combat Training Center would like to invite you to join us for a free class in boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and mixed martial arts. Whether you're just looking to get into shape or want to be part of the world-famous Combat Cartel fight team, we have room for you. Give us a call at 967-5295 or check us out online at ultimatecombat.com.
What's your question for Mr. Tyler Ayers?
The radio show has been a wonderful way to disseminate information, just to talk to people about their legal issues.
Without too much detail, what type of crime was it?
They're everyday people, regular people, calling in with regular problems.
Honestly, it's going to depend on where it's at, all of the local ordinances, those types of things.
Everybody knows about Tyler Ayers on Mick and Ellen's shows, Monday at 5.
Batters Up is Salt Lake's newest venue to see mixed martial arts action. All UFC pay-per-view events and Ultimate Combat Experience broadcasts will be shown on the 19 flat screens at Batters Up. Not to mention, all UCE weigh-ins will be filmed live right here at Batters Up. Check out their incredible menu and Fight Night drink specials only at Batters Up.
So join us at Batters Up for good times and all things mixed martial arts.
1700 South Main Street in Salt Lake City.
Hey, MMA fans, check out the new Cage at Aztec Highway for heavy hitters in MMA apparel like Tap Out, Throwdown, Punishment Athletics, Bad Boy, Extreme Couture, Dethrone Royalty, Hostility, and more. Pick up your UFC fighter walkout shirts and MMA accessories like hats, beanies, wallets, belts, buckles, and more. Save 10%. Order online at AztecHighway.com for the lowest MMA prices on the internet. Get it your way at the Highway. WDFA.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, man, you missed a pretty darn good round between the Sugarloaf and Jarome Hatch, a new and improved Jarome Hatch. Here in your middleweight division, these guys are rocking it out pretty nice tonight.
A heck of a round that first round, Mike. Chrisman got away with that round in my book, and Hatch looks pretty determined to come out here. Oh, he got him with a right.
Great counter. And you know what? That's how I know he's been training with some people that know what they're talking about. That's a perfect counter for a leg kick. And you just don't see it that much in this show. We just don't see it all that much.
No,
beautiful.
And it came automatic, Mike. It came automatic.
Yeah, it did. So, again, you know, we talk about Jarome Hatch never training. You know, he's always kind of prided himself that I don't need to train. You guys put all that effort into training. I'm just going to hang out and do my thing. But clearly, he's lying, man. Now he is training and training with some good people, obviously.
And now he's got Chrisman on his back this time. Looks like Hatch is doing a little bit more than Chrisman was doing last round when he had Hatch on his back.
That's interesting here. He doesn't have Chrisman's back. He's got cross body here. And what I really kind of like, you know, that he's got a half mount. He's working it pretty well, trying to get that full, and looks like he just did. Looking for an armbar.
Oh,
no, not to be. Chrisman really likes this kind of situation. He'll punch his way out of this all day long.
He likes to get in there and get gritty with it, Mike. And one thing I wanted to mention is you look right there, you look at the corner at Hatch. Hatch always brings out a big crowd. That's what I like about Hatch.
Yeah, he does. It's great. It's a really good energy room whenever Jarome Hatch fights.
It really is, and it's a big confidence booster too, Mike. You don't want to lose in front of your people, so he's really got something to...
It's not just a good crowd, they're good energy too, man. These guys come, they have a good time, and, you know, it makes it a lot of fun to come out to the fights. But now, Dave Selly said, standing these two back up, Jarome Hatch cracking a big right hand.
Oh, he's looking right there he goes again, doing his own rope-a-dope tactics.
I'll tell you what, you better watch out doing that kind of stuff. Look at Jarome throwing those punches with some bad intent.
Not with Hatch, and he rains down another fist, Mike. I don't know. Chrisman looks like he's in big trouble, Mike.
He looks okay to me. He's under there just kind of hanging on, but you know, maybe
he doesn't
not,
like
man.
that.
Those ones right there opened up some blood, and he's kind of hurt. Chrisman's hurt.
Yeah, he has nowhere to go from here, Mike.
He's taking a beating, as they call it.
I don't know how Selustad hasn't jumped on the back of Hatch and choked him out by now.
I don't know, man. I mean, he knows Chrisman. He's a pretty durable guy, and you're going to give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt, but he's taking some good shots there.
That is true.
And he's not defending it all. That was a great stoppage. I think it was perfectly timed. Dave Selustad stepping in at just the right time, and Chrisman, he's going to have a sore face tonight.
The rope-a-dope. Chrisman invented the cage-a-dope.
He just invented the dope. The dope-a-dope.
Oh, yeah, he's not doing too well, Mikey.
He's hurting a little bit right there. I think his pride's hurt more than anything because he wanted to win this fight, but he's been on a bit of a losing streak lately. You know, he's fighting tough guys. He fought Cole Rose, he fought Hank Weiss. I mean, guys that you can't hang your head about losing to. And I got to say, this new improved to Jarome Hatch. You can't hang your head about losing to this guy either. He's tough as nails.
I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more Jarome Hatch at this weight, Mike.
Wow, good stuff. Chrisman threw what I thought was a really nice knee, but got answered with 1, 2, 3
crispies.
4.
Oh, man, that one just barely missed.
You know, Chrisman. Doing what Chrisman do. You know, and once it got here, it was just academic. Really, Jarome Hatch was relentless on his assault, just continued to pound away. Did a great job of isolating Chrisman's arms, not allowing him to defend. And boy, you know, I haven't seen Chrisman kind of lay there like that. Usually he'll crawl up the cage, try to flop out, and he must have gotten stung with one of those shots, and it just didn't make that possible.
Too many unanswered punches, Mike. Too many unanswered punches.
All right, Dave Selly said, raising the hand of Chavez, Jarome Hatch, and you know, he might act all coy about this right now, but he's got to feel pretty good about that win. Mike Chrisman's a tough kid.
Oh, yeah. This is the rubber match, and Hatch is up.
Hatch is up. Have your custom website designed for only $399 at www.399designs.com. Even Bill Colbert thinks what you just did is dumb. And he's no rocket, well, yes, he is a rocket scientist, though. Sure, what the hell, what were you thinking?
Well, everyone already knows Jarome hits hard.
Yeah, so let me stick my chin out and let him hit it.
Wore his fist out for a minute.
Wore his fist out. So, okay, I guess there's a silver lining on every cloud. You'll be able to tip more beers later because his hands are sore. Well, I mean, Mike, what were you doing, man?
I don't know, doing what I always do.
Mikey, you were winning that fight too. You were like ahead, and then you became behind.
Yeah, you know what? I fell. I gave up.
You didn't give up. You were getting punched in your face, and it hurts. And you know, most people, when you get punched in their face and it hurts, that's how the fights end.
Well, yeah, but I blame myself for that. I gave up. I was tired. Didn't really train as hard as I needed.
I was gonna say, what do you attribute that to?
I attribute that to not training.
What are you doing, man? You're in love now, so training is what's going on?
No, it's just I got to train, and I'm going to start training just because I am just embarrassed right now.
Don't be embarrassed, Mike. I mean, you come out and you put on a fight. I mean, you put on a show anytime you come out and fight, but I really would have liked to have thought that fight would have been a little more important to you than, what you put into it.
Yeah, I should have took like more important, but I didn't. Like I said, I blame myself on that loss. I can't take anything away from Jarome because he's tough, but I f***ed up on that one. My bad.
Okay, so there's always a good news, bad news thing. There's another Hatch brother you could fight.
Any Hatch brothers out there, I'll fight any of them.
All right, man. So, Mikey, tonight you were good, just not good enough. I'm sorry to say that, too, because, I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is, bro.
And you know what? Me and Jared Hatch did go to a draw, so I would like to revenge that draw into a win.
All right, my man. Well, maybe he'll let you do that thing, so it is what it is, buddy.
Absolutely. Got to give it up to Jarome, man. He's a tough kid. We need to do it again sometime. Anytime, we always put on a show. And I like to fight Jarome because he's tough, so let's do it again.
All right, brother.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Beehive Bail Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Jarome, I heard you making a comment. Sugarloaf had a great entrance song. You were saying something about the remix for when he loses.
Yeah, I don't know if they put one together. It sounds like they've been staying up night after night trying to put that one together. I mean, they should have known he was going to lose, so I don't get why they didn't make one up for that side, too.
All right, let me ask you something, and this question's got to be going through the minds of everybody out here watching this fight. Sugarloaf came in with a game plan to where he was going to ram his face against your fist until your hands broke. That really didn't play out tonight. What do you got to say about his strategy? What did you do to overcome his strategy?
Well, see, I lost 30 pounds since the last time you guys seen me 3 months ago. And I think he just forgot that I'd be faster, and I wouldn't wear out as quick as I usually did. But, I mean, there ain't no disrespect towards Chrisman, Sugarloaf. That dude, I love getting in here and banging with him. He's the only one that'll stand with me and trade. Everybody that says they will, just don't. I mean, I love fighting the kid. He's good people.
All right, well, what are you going to do from here, Jarome? I mean, you're like Christmas, man. You come once a year. Are we going to see you next year? Are we going to see you next week? When are you going to fight again? I know the fans out there are dying to see you get back in the cage.
Hey, you know what? I have about a month and a half off until my next job, but I got to take care of my little kiddos and my beautiful wife, so we just got to make sure that when I'm not working, I'll be here. There ain't no questions asked.
So ain't no telling when you're coming back?
No, I'll be anytime within the next month and a half. Towards the beginning of July, I got another job call, but I can still come back on the weekends until September.
All right, let's wrap this up. Anyone you want to have shout-outs to, any sponsors? I know you got 100, 300, couple hundred people in here at least in the front row alone. Anything you'd like to say to your fans or anybody out there?
Hey, if it wasn't for you guys, the sport wouldn't be as growing as it is. I also want to thank my sponsor, Bleed Out, and everybody that's done everything, my cornermen who stood by my side and helped me with everything, and then, of course, my family, my brother, my beautiful wife. I mean, you can't help but think that. I mean, come on now.
All right, Chavez. Jarome Hatch, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I'm utterly speechless.
Muhammad Ali, he came up with the rope-a-dope. Mike, I'm telling you, Sugarloaf.
Christmas just the dope.
He comes up with the cage of dope.
No, he's just the dope, man. He got rid of anything that precedes that. Unbelievable. And take nothing away from Jarome Hatch. The kid looks good. Down at 185 is a good weight class for him. I don't know. All right, well, next week we're going to see a little bit more, I guess we should say, intellectual fighting going on. It's time for your championships of the light heavyweight tournament. Sal, man, what do you think about that? What's your prediction?
The belt, Mike, the belt. The anticipation doesn't get any bigger when you got two warriors going out there, and for some reason, when that thing that they put around their waist just makes them,
Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it?
I tell you what, if I was a betting man, I'd have to bet on Hank. But after seeing Kafer and after seeing the damage that he's just putting on everyone in his division.
All right, Hank, I'm the biggest Hank Weiss fan out there, but I'm going with Kafer. We'll see next week. Hopefully you'll join us for that. It's going to be for the belt next week on the Ultimate Combat Experience. We'll see you next week.
Voice message. Yeah, listen, my name's Mike Chance. I'm calling with regards because I would like to fight. I'm ready to fight. I've been watching your show. I've been motivated all night. I do have a drinking problem. I got some inner demons I got to overcome before getting in the ring, and it's the perfect thing for me. I've been doing push-ups in between each and every commercial break. I'll take on whoever you got. I weigh 180 pounds, but I'll take the big boys. The big boys are slow, and they get tired, and those little guys just little. So I'll take whoever you want. But I want to know if you got anything a little more hardcore than what I'm saying on the TV right now. Basically, I'm all about, reenacting some of the most dangerous scenes from Jean-Claude Van Damme's movies. I'm not afraid to wrap my hands in any type of barbed wire or anything like that. You have Scar's been doing some underground fighting for quite some time now, and I'm motivated. I'm absolutely motivated. I'm going to get back to my push-ups. You give me a call back at this number. Thank you.